Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in today. It is ModelcarNick here, and I'm going to be showing you guys around the Ferrari 458 Speciale. This is one of the newer ones that just came out this year in this specification. And then I have the original spec right here, kind of the classic Rosso Corsa with the white and blue stripe. We're going to be focusing on this newer model here today, but just note out there's a lot of different specs now. There's a gray one, and then there might be a few other ones floating out around there, but for the 2025 model year, we have a gray and a white one. So let's take a look. So I tried to really find some differences between these two cars because I got this one a few years ago, and I got another one of these this year. So I wanted to see if there was anything different between these new and old models, but they're still identical. I could not find a single difference between these two, really. So it's kind of interesting that, same model after all these years, but that's okay. So we'll just take a look at the paint right here first. And as you can see, you get a really nice pearlescent white paint. I know it looks kind of silver right now just because of the way the lighting is, but it is a nice white pearlescent with some gloss black stripes, and then you have some gloss black wheels as well to match with the black interior, of course. So we'll take a look up front and let's see what we have. So I'll start right here with the Ferrari badge, and as you can see, it's just a little sticker on there, and it is underneath the lacquer, which is kind of nice. We'll take a look at these headlights, and as you can see, you can't really see too much detail in there, but there is some for the daytime running lights, but there's not all that much you can really see looking at those headlights. So, it kind of is what it is. Looking at the side there, you kind of have a lot of arrow work going on. So right here, you kind of have some slats, and then kind of another air vent that would come through this way, but obviously it's filled in on this model. But, in this color, these vents look really pronounced to me. I think when you have the red one, you kind of lose some of that detail, which is kind of interesting. But on the white one, these kind of grooves and stuff really show themselves. But looking up here at the front of the car, I've also noticed there's a little Ferrari prancing horse sitting down there, and there's also kind of some silver mesh grills, which are kind of hard to see on this model just because of the color of the paint. I think they really come to life on this model a little bit better, just because of the contrast, but on this one, it kind of just looks like it doesn't look that great up here on the front, I must admit. But, obviously we have some more mesh grills right up here, but nothing really too much else going on. And this is a fully opening model, so we can go ahead and open up this front section of the car. So here we go, and it doesn't really open up too much, but as you can see, we have these huge, gigantic kind of hood struts. Really hate those on the Maistos, but I guess you're getting what you're paying for. But up here, we kind of have some molded luggage bags, which is kind of interesting. You can see the little handles right here on the car, but I actually don't know if the older one had that in there. It actually looks like it does, so it's kind of a funny little detail. But yeah, I'll go ahead and close that back up. So another thing you'll notice here up on the front is obviously kind of these hood scoops right here that go down into the model. So they look pretty good. They're just fake mesh on top of it. So nothing really too crazy going on up here. So we'll go towards the side of this model. As you can see, kind of the classic Ferrari 5-spoke wheels. And they do have a yellow center cap sitting in the middle with the prancing horse. But behind that, we have some what look to be drilled rotors. Some pretty cheap plastic back there. It's just a really dark gray, and then a black brake caliper with the Ferrari writing down the side of it. So looks pretty good. Nothing really too crazy going on. I honestly prefer kind of these silver wheels on this model. Maybe I'll just swap these wheels over just to see how this model would look with silver wheels. But anyways, let's move towards the rear of the model, and as you can see, as all Ferraris, this one has the Scuderia shield sitting on the side of it. Looks pretty good, nothing to complain about there. And just honestly, the paint with the body lines, you can really see there's a sharp line that comes through here on the model. A really cool kind of side skirt that, it's only half of this side, so it starts right here and comes back Little fin right there looks pretty good. Gas cap, obviously, and then just continuing with the really crisp looking body lines of this car. You can really kind of see these angles as we look through this way. So really angular car. I really like it a lot. Now take a look at the rear of this model. So, you know, a huge kind of grille back here. You can see the engine bay through this little deck lid right here. It looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and open up that in a little bit, but we have kind of a dual exhaust setup back here with some silver tips, and then a nice big diffuser back here. Sorry, my phone storage ran out, of course, but like I was saying, this diffuser looks really good on this car. A lot of mesh grills going on up here. It's all, you know, kind of the fake plastic mesh that Maisto is known for known for using, but you know, for 20 bucks is what these cost these days. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and take a look at this engine bay though. As you can see, there is a lot of carbon fiber all over the place. It is kind of just that textured, scratchy carbon fiber, but it does look pretty good in there. You got the Ferrari badges on the engine hood, or the engine cover right up there, and then you can see some like red details up here, all the intake hoses and everything, and then there's another Ferrari badge right up here that says 458 Speciale. But yeah, it looks pretty good in there. On the top of the engine bay itself, though, I didn't think I mentioned it has these little, not mesh grills, but they are made to look like mesh, and they're just printed onto the glass piece, but they do look fairly good. They are on the red car as well, even though it's an older model. They didn't change the design whatsoever. So let's take a look at this interior real quick, and I'll close that hood. So a lot of black, so it might be a little tough to see. But as you can see, just like on all Maisto cars, the doors don't open all the way, unfortunately. I think that's something they could improve on one day, but we'll see if they ever do. But yeah, pretty nice looking Ferrari interior, as you can see. A lot of stitches going on the seats right now, or kind of just these lines, giving it some design. Kind of carbon fiber. I don't know if these are actually carbon fiber. It looks like they're not, but they are bucket seats, of course. So yeah, pretty good looking seats. The steering wheel and everything kind of looks really plasticky, as you can see, but we do have, you know, carbon fiber all over the dashboard and on the shifter paddles, and then as you can see, the Ferrari logo on the center of the steering wheel, and then we have some stuff on the gauge cluster as well. I know it's pretty tough to see, but just give you guys another look at that and a view from this side, but not too bad actually. A lot of stuff going on in there. Right here is kind of like where you'd shift the gears, kind of put it into drive and reverse and neutral. But so yeah, they got these details right. Black seat belts, it looks like, but they're not kind of hanging on the seats, they're just kind of behind them. But yeah, not too bad. But overall, as a whole, this is a really good looking model. I don't think you could go wrong with either one of these specs. Kind of, you know, you can go with the more classical Rosso Corsa design, or you can kind of get the more new version in this white on black spec. So, you know, it's all up to personal preference on which one you like better. I think I'm personally going to keep a white one in my collection, and I think I'm going to let go of the red one. I might end up regretting that decision, but I just think this looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll keep both of them. I don't know yet. But yeah, if I were to rate this model out of 10, I'd probably give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Just because, you know, this is kind of one of the lower end models. It doesn't deserve to have a higher quality score like some of the more expensive cars. But I think, you know, for 20 bucks, this is a pretty epic model, and you cannot go wrong with getting one of these. I think this is one of the musts in a collection. If you are collecting Maistos, I think you absolutely must have a 458 Speciale. Pretty epic car. But yeah, that's my review of this thing. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel. But yeah, thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy, guys. Bye.